Look, man, if you were to die tomorrow because of whatever reason, what do you want people to know right now? Like, what do you want people to know if you're just like gone?
You are not free. And this reality has far more to it than you have been allowed to believe. And God is real.
Chief Transportation Correspondent and pilot Mackay Beeler has the declassified report. It's got everyone talking. Whoa, you've got your hands on the file, Mackay.
Yeah, I got my hands on the file, and I can't believe we're talking about this. Times are changing.
Yeah.
Times are changing. All right, it may sound fanciful and difficult to believe. You may think it's hogwash, while others believe it's possible. So the CIA just posted on its website a single-page summary, there it is, of a hostile encounter between the Russian army and a flying saucer that is said to have occurred sometime between 1989 and 1990. So that's when, according to portions of an extensive 250-page KGB file featuring witness testimony and photographs, detail how 25 Soviet troops were practicing training drills when a, quote, low-flying spaceship in the shape of a saucer, unquote, flew above their base in Siberia. Now, the report states that for unknown reasons, the sighting prompted the men to launch a surface-to-air missile, bringing the craft down.
Wow, this is crazy. So what, in this report, what does it allege the soldiers, what do they do with the aircraft?
I don't think it's what they did with the aircraft. It's what the aircraft or its occupants did with them. So, yeah, this is what happened. According to the file, quote, 5 short humanoids with large heads, large black eyes emerged from the wreckage before fusing together into a single object, a spherical shape that emitted a buzzing sound. The report goes on to say the sphere burst into an explosion of white light, leaving 23 of the men, quote, turned into stone poles, unquote, while the remaining 2 that apparently were shielded from the blast by being in the shade escaped unharmed. Now, the bodies of the victims and what was left of the UFO were recovered by the Red Army and taken to a research lab outside Moscow, where it was found that the molecular structure of the men was that of limestone.
What?
So the light that petrified them was a source of energy that officials say is not currently known to humanity.
How could you not? At least,
yes!
I mean, yeah, you would. This is crazy.
No, it's crazy.
Turning into limestone, using weapons and lasers that are not even earthly, that are out of this world, literally.
It was declassified in 2000, but just now put out on the CIA website.
Yeah.
If you wonder, why are we hearing so much more about UAPs and UFOs? There's an interesting reason for that. And if you watch my podcast on Queen City News Plus, this is a tease, we're not alone. You'll learn a lot, just opening your mind with information, why now we're seeing more and hearing more.
Oh, it is fascinating. Yeah, we don't have time to cover it all during our show. But again, it's free, Queen City News Plus, Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV. Just search Queen City News. You can download it. And it's on YouTube. This great stuff, Are We Alone, that Mackay has been working on. So it is fascinating.
Open your mind.
That's right. Open your mind, everyone.
I'm sure they would take issue with your characterization of them at the Pentagon, but you're entitled to your opinion on that. Here is Mr. Grush talking about, he's the Air Force veterans, answering another question in that hearing. Watch this.
Mr. Grush, finally, do you believe that our government is in possession of UAPs?
Absolutely.
All right. You know, just a final thought. What do you expect will move the ball forward next on this issue so that everyone can have a better understanding about the 510 identified reports of these sorts of issues out there, sir?
Nothing's going to happen until it's politically advantageous. To the people of this country, wake up and say, show me the files. I would tell you to contact your congressmen and senators and say, show us what's going on. Quit with the stonewalling. Let's appoint this special committee that has subpoena power that can call these people in. David Grush is a decorated veteran, and yet he's been outed as someone with PTSD by the intelligence community. We are over the target. They are afraid. And they're showing their true ilk right now.
Well, we've seen some acknowledgement on the part of the White House that they believe this is an issue for our military. So it seems like it should be getting the attention that it deserves. If it's nothing, the American people need to know. And if it isn't, we need to know that as well.
I think that all this alien extraterrestrial shit, I mean, it's fun to dig down there, but I mean, I think it's a big distraction. I don't know if it's meant to be some type of a controlled op, but I think it is. I think all this stuff is spiritual. That's what I think.
Of course it is.
I think all this stuff is spiritual. All these things that people are seeing and stuff. I think there's a spirituality component to it. Now,
that these are angels and demons, or
yeah,
what?
pretty much.
Yeah.
And where was I going with this? And
So to his
anti-gravitic propulsion systems. I mean, yeah, I would hope that we have that is next generation stuff that's not, the same that we've been using since World War II.